Hi, I'm Red. You're watching Gravy Built. Today we're back on the all-wheel drive EM2. You know, I haven't made a video about the engine or anything like that in a while. I put the sequential in and I wanted to make some more videos doing some driving stuff, some pulls, but unfortunately had a problem with the engine. You know, I'm not 100% sure why, but you know, we're here. I'm gonna fix it. I would have fixed it a lot sooner, but you know, the way things are these days, everything's back order, and couldn't get the parts until now. So we're gonna do some diagnostic and tear this thing apart and get it handled. So I already did a compression test on this engine. I already know what the problem is, but I wanted to show you guys how to do a compression test, what kind of readings you want to get. So I'm going to start with the best cylinder, and then I'm going to show you guys the worst cylinder. So I already took the spark plugs out and the coils, so you got to screw this bad boy in here, connect the fitting, and what you want is you don't want a lot of variation between cylinders. That would be a good compression test. The number itself is not as important as the variation. So we're at 0, so I'm going to have Nelson crank the engine until I tell him to stop, and then where it ends up, that's our compression. So, all right, Nelson, go ahead. Okay. So yeah, we're at about 210 on this cylinder. So let the air out. And then we're going to go to cylinder 1. Cylinder 1 is the worst. And 210 is actually pretty good for a cold engine. This engine has 11:1 compression. Okay. Let's try that again.
Ready?
Yeah. Yeah, it's actually not that bad today, but 20 psi down is not really that great. Let's go to cylinder 2, see where we're at. All right, let's go. All right, see, goes right up to 210 on this cylinder. All right, go ahead. Woo, that one's even higher. So as you can see, you know, the cylinders do vary a little bit, especially cylinder 1. Cylinder 1's the worst. And also too, I got suspicious when the engine made, like when you're cranking it and the engine's not actually on when the spark plugs are in, you can hear the compression. So if it's like da-da-da-da-da-da-da, it's not good. So I'm pretty sure I heard a piston, just lean the motor out too many times. Yeah, it happens. So I'm going to show you guys a trick in order to diagnose this. I'm going to pour some oil down the cylinder, and if the compression comes up, well, that means you have an issue with the rings. If it doesn't, then it's in the valves. All right, let's get a cap full of oil. Don't want to make too much of a mess. Pour that down there. Let's try this again. Remember, the other ones are about 210, a little bit above. All right, let's try this again, Nelson. Go ahead. Yeah, see? Stop. See, it went right over 210. So, the fact that I put oil down there is kind of pointing towards the rings. So, we're gonna get this thing torn apart and check it out. So as you guys can see, the engine is out. Didn't take me and Nelson too long. I think what, like hour and a half. Nothing in the engine bay. Everything's out. So let's start digging into this bad boy. I mean, we saw what the deal was with the compression tester. So now it's just time to take this thing apart and let's find the damage. So I will be changing my billet cover. The front seal just keeps leaking. It won't stop, so I'm kind of over it. I'm gonna go back to OEM. OEM is usually better. Some of these parts, you know, they just aren't designed as good as factory. Okay, there we go. Aha. I mean, everything looks pretty good right here. So, a little bit of moisture here and there, but that's normal with the ethanol. And plus, like, I haven't really been driving this car too much. So what happens is the oil gets a little contaminated with water from the ethanol, and it just doesn't get a chance to burn off because the oil doesn't get hot enough. There we go. Oops. I'll deal with that in a second. Gotta get rid of all these bowls. Yeah, look at all this oil. Ugh. Nasty. I don't like that. What do you think, Nelson? Over it?
Yeah. It's seen better days, that's for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, this is the seal that's leaking. I mean, I try to center it. I even had like a special tool made, but it's not gonna work. Little sensor out. Go. Okay. And I think I got some, I think those are 10s on the bottom. Let me get my extension. Oh, yeah. Start taking some air pan bolts off. Over here. Might as well. Got this big Moroso pan. Also a trick, never pry on the actual guide itself. I usually put it in here, and yeah, this one's not fitting because I usually pry against the bolt right there. Yeah, see, right here. I use that as a pivot. Go. So this is for sale if anybody wants it cheap. Everything looks pretty nice. Yeah. Okay. Pop the tensioner. So we get this. Yeah, I need to get my 12, pop that. Where's that? Here it is. Oh, there we go. Go. Get this chain off. Oop. Little piece fell off. Huh. Yeah, maybe this thing got messed up. There we go. Yeah, this thing was moving a little bit. There we go. Okay, and I can't take it off because I have this lower chain guide. I'm gonna take that off in a second. Actually, let me grab something real quick else. We're just gonna set this over here. Some cardboard. Ooh, this thing's still stuck. Pop it loose. There we go. Just gonna set this right here. I'll clean up in a little while. Lost motion springs. Yeah, there we go. Oh my God, these are tight. Made these bad boys real tight. Try to go from outside in, and then when you torque it inside out. Ooh, man. I think I torqued these to like 100 pounds or something.
Yeah, I remember it was like something up there.
Yeah. Oops. Alright, one more and then I can just zap them off of the... Okay. Okay, still haven't. You know, I was thinking about it. Maybe it was the ethanol that made those expand like that. Gonna have to be replaced. Okay, now where's my 6? Ooh, it's tight. Yeah, I thought it was kind of weird why these pieces were so long. Yeah, so, yeah, see, that's supposed to be right there, and it expanded. And this is supposed to grab right here. As you can see, it's too far, so need to be replaced. That E85 life, boys. Okay. Grab as many of these as we can. Oh, here we go. There it is. There's one right here. And the washers will just stay there for now, for a minute. Head gasket looks fine, not blowing or nothing. It's gonna be replaced, so I'm not worried about it. Oh, and you can see all that oil that I poured in there when we were doing our test. I mean, I don't know, the edges, they do look like they got a little hot. So, I don't know. Let's keep digging, Nelson. Get this oil pan off. Alright, so we got a few things off. I took the head studs off. We took the oil pan off. Ooh. Oops. Messy. It is what it is. We're just gonna have to deal with it. Let me grab another rag. I'll clean up when I am done. Thanks. Don't feel messed up. It's a good sign. Man, it's always super oily every time I take an engine apart. Horrible. Here's what it is. These things are full of oil. Gotta tilt that a little bit. There we go. Okay. Now, let's start with the boo-boo one and work our way through. I'm actually kind of curious to see how it turned out. Here, let me take this off real quick. Now I can get the chains off. Easy, easy, no problem. Just gonna set these down here. Okay. Now I'm gonna take the keyway and my adjustable wrench. If I know where I put it, I don't know where I put it. I'll get the other one for now. Okay. Yeah, this is how I like to do it if I don't want to put the bolt in. There we go. Feels nice, spins good. I think these are like a 7/16 or a half. We're gonna find out right now. Yeah, 7/16. Now I need to buy a longer 3/8 wrench, so we're just gonna MacGyver it today. Means a cheater bar. Ooh. There. Want it to be straight. And then gotta get a little tap tap. See my hammer? Oh, it's right here. Just to separate the collars. And then take this out. While I'm in here, I'm just gonna replace the bearings too. Might as well. Not too bad. A little bit of wear, but I think we'll survive. Okay. Yeah, that moved a little bit too easy, Nelson.
Yeah, it just dropped.
Yeah, that's not a good sign. Woo! There we go. Look at that. Yeah. Yeah, so the piston doesn't look too great. I don't see any like broken ring lines or anything, but it's definitely not good. Alright, let's take the other ones out. Ignore my messiness. We just took everything apart. And I put these in order, 1, 2, 3, 4, and as you can see, one was the worst and one has the most damage. So, yeah. So as you can see right here, 1 to 4. So there we go. I was wondering what all the black stuff inside the engine was, and oh, guess what? It's probably the coating that came off. So, yeah. So we're gonna do a little bit better with this engine this time. And then, yeah, let's go check out the cylinders. Okay. So I mean, you can see a little bit of scuffing, but I mean the block doesn't look damaged. So I think we're good to go. I'm gonna take this to machine shop, have them throw a little bit of hone on it, and yeah, I think we'll be good. So I actually already ordered a set of pistons. Because I mean, you might as well. I didn't want this thing to fail like it did before, so that's why it took a month, because of just production delays. So finally I got a set. Like I said, I'm gonna take the machine shop, have them check everything out. I'm probably gonna take the crank out, just check up everything. Might as well. It's not gonna cost that much to go through this motor and just freshen it up, you know what I mean? So yeah, next video we're gonna throw this thing back together and see how it runs. So like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.